What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at some new alternate art cards, secret rares, call them what you will, from the One Piece trading card game. There are a few that have gone and been revealed, and firstly, the artwork is stunning. Secondly, a lot of these cards are really good and legitimately playable. And thirdly, I want all of these cards, and OP-06 is starting to look very, 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 very good indeed. So let's start off with the one which probably will end up being the chase card from the set, Onami. Now, when I showed you Onami the other day as a card, I told you this was ridiculous. I told you this card was redonkulous and amazing and borderline broken, and I've seen nothing in the intervening period to make me change my mind about this particular card. And now we've got this alternate art of it. People are going to want this alternate art. It is absolutely stunning in terms of artwork. And, I mean, firstly, Onami is crazy popular because it's Nami in the land of Wano. So that alone should, make this pretty popular. Secondly, the artwork is stunning, but also, as I've said, this card is redonk. When you play it, you give one of your leaders or characters banish for the turn, and being able to give banish to anyone is kind of ridiculous. And it's got a trigger that KOs one of your opponent's 5-cost or lower characters, which is literally the same trigger as Thunderbolt. And Thunderbolt has proven to be a very, very good card, seeing a lot of play in yellow decks. So if I've got a trigger which has literally already proven to be really good, that's a good start. Plus, you can give anyone banish, which is ridiculous. Yeah, we like this. And now we've got this stunning alternate art that is only going to make it more popular. But it's not the only yellow card we've got. We've got Kuki Hiori. Another yellow, obviously. That's where we're starting with here. And we've just got another amazing card here with absolutely stunning artwork. Sitting there playing a bit of music. Looks like some fireworks playing at a festival. Really, really high level card here. Artwork properly coming to life. And another very nice card. 2 cost, 0 power, but you get counter plus 2,000, which is lovely. And you may put the top or bottom card of your life into your hand, on play, and then put 1 card from your hand on top of your life. So, you got the counter plus 2, which is brilliant. Then you're getting a card advantage, because when you play this, you're drawing a card, which is brilliant. Then you've also got the fact that you're putting an extra card down, and we all know yellow loves a good trigger. We just saw that on Onami there. So, you're basically getting an extra trigger, but the key thing about this is you are putting a card from your hand on top of your life. And we talked about this before. That is absolutely absurd. There are cards that yellow plays because the trigger is so gosh darn good and you're hoping to get the trigger. Things like Capone Beige, which stops one of your opponent's characters or leader attacking. That's ridiculously good. Things like Shirahoshi with your draw free trash 2. Those are cards which, they're not terrible in and of themselves, but we're playing them a lot of the time because they've got really good triggers. Although remember, Capone Beige does have counter plus 2k as well. Well, here you can basically guarantee that you're going to get the trigger to fire. That is absolutely absurd. And this is just another ridiculous card. I think obviously Onami is going to be the best one, but yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Oh yeah, and then we've got a Kozuke Momonosuke coming in here as well, just for good measure, running with a sword. And I think all of these artworks are absolutely stunning. It's hard to pick between them, honestly. I think probably Hiyori's my favorite of the artworks, but it is hard to pick because they're all stunning. And Kozuke Momonosuke, we've got a blocker, which is quite nice. Nice, you need some blockers. And on play, you place up to one of your Wano-type characters other than Kozuke Momonosuke on the top or bottom of its owner's life pile face up. And I kind of love this because we've got all of those small support characters, some of which are out, some of which we won't see for years. And you kind of want to play them down because they've got good skills for support, but then they're just kind of sitting there. And sure, you can just replace them, but you know what's even better? Putting them on your life, or indeed, putting them on your life so that you can activate the trigger. So yeah, this is another one that is absolutely on my radar as just being a decent card. We're starting to stack our life. We're not just trying to recover our life now. We're trying to stack it, and that's kind of brilliant. So there's some yellow Wano cards, which are absolutely worth getting excited about. They did show us a couple leaders as well. Now, we got lovely, and I love they did a photo reveals now on Twitter of these. That is absolutely stunning. I love the photo reveals. Obviously, one of them here is Vinsmoke Reiju, and we saw that one already. Now, to be fair, I love that we've got this look at it, because this is a better look than the random scan we saw the other day. This shows the card off way better, but it shows the texturing and everything, but it's not exactly a new card. We've seen this before. It's lovely. It's your only Germa 66 leader. So, frankly, it's one of those where if you're playing Germa 66, this needs to be your leader. And then we've got a nice little skill. When one of your Don cards, once per turn, is returned from your field to your Don deck, you draw a card. Obviously, on your turn. So, we got a bunch of skills in Germa 66 cards that return Don to your Don deck. When this happens, this will let you draw a card. Perfect? No. Stunning? No. But a decent little skill and a nice leader for your Germa 66 cards? Yeah, that'll work rather nicely. The new one we hadn't seen before, however, is Uta. We've now got a look at the alternate art of Uta from the set, and this one is lovely. Uta gets a lot of love in the One Piece TCG. Like, a lot of love. And I need to start watching some of these films. I've never actually watched One Piece Red. I really need to, because I don't really know who Uta is. And obviously I know who she is, but I don't really know Uta as a character. She's not in the manga. So I need to look this up, because people seem to like Uta. She seems pretty cool. I will say that this artwork is really not that far away from the alternate art character that we got back in OP-02. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing per se, but I am saying that there are other cards I'm looking forward to a bit more in this set. I hope that doesn't sound particularly mean. But of course, we have got a new leader here, so hopefully this is one that we can get a little bit excited about. And obviously, like I showed you this one before, this is the one whereby when you're attacking, we are red and purple, of course, you can trash a film card from your hand, give one of your opponents minus 2,000 power until end of turn, then add a Don card from your Don deck rested. Of course, purple loves shuffling Don back. So this is a decent leader, absolutely. And now we've got the alternate art as well. I will say, over in Japan, as it stands at the moment, the Starter Deck 11 film leader of Uta is really making waves. Every time I'm looking at Japanese results at the moment, this leader Uta is coming out a lot. This is proving to be a very, very, very good card. And it's basically Don X1 when attacking once per turn. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a film type card, add it to your hand. That's it. But if you're playing a film deck, it's basically when attacking Don X1, draw a card. And that is honestly proving to be a very, very good leader. And we know that the film package is good. We know that the green film package is very, very good. Purple film package doing some good stuff at the moment. But red film hasn't really proven itself. That's more of an OP-06 thing. We'll see how good it is in the long run. But we know that green film is a good thing at the moment, as he's playing a bunch of stuff in our OP-04 format. This leader Uta is absolutely legit. OP-06 will have to wait and see. But then they've also gone and revealed a couple of other characters as well. So if we go away from leaders, back to characters, we've got a couple of green, including Hod Jones. And I'm just going to say it, I don't really like this art style. And look, you don't need me to tell you, it's the same artist that did the alternate art Charlotte Lin back in OP-03. Like, you don't need me to you can see that just by looking at the card. It's a very distinctive art style. I didn't really like the alternate art Charlotte Lin in OP-03. I don't really like this. Maybe it's because they look a bit scary and I just like cuter pictures. I don't really know. I can't actually read it well enough to see if it is the same artist. But, I mean, come on. It's got to be the same artist, hasn't it? It's got to be. I think it is. I'm going to look stupid if it's not now, aren't I? Point is, it's not my favourite, but here's a great thing, and I make this point a lot on my other channel, TCG Radio. I want to talk Pokemon as well as on here. art is subjective. And as much as I look at this and I'm just like, that's not my favourite artwork, not digging that, there are going to be some of you who are going to look at this card and be going, oh my word, that's amazing. And it's going to be your favourite card. It's going to be your chase card from the set. And that makes me genuinely happy. Plus, of course, if you guys are chasing after this, then I can go after my chase cards much more easily. And I told you the other day, for me, it's the alternate art Perona. As it stands at the moment, that is my chase card from this particular set. We'll have to see if anything else is revealed in the meantime to knock it off its perch. But right now, it's the alternate art Perona. That's my chase card from the set. This particular Hod Jones, what have we got? Well, we've got the only green card with Rush, and as it stands, this is the only green card with Rush, and that alone makes it incredibly relevant. And on play, you rest up to a total of 2 of your opponent's characters and or Don, and then put the top card of your life into your hand. Although, as we've talked about a bunch now, remember one of the leaders in OP-06 is Hod Jones. We've not seen the alternate art of that yet. And that means that you can basically stop yourself taking the life. It basically gives you a choice. If you activate the skill, you don't take the life to your hand on the leader. If you don't, you do. So you can choose whether you actually take the life back to your hand or not. Very good card. And like I say, it's the only green character. And as always, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section. But as far as I'm aware, it is the only green character that's got Rush. And that alone makes it super interesting. Honestly, that's pretty gosh darn good. And the other one they've gone and shown off is Camy. And Camy's adorable. And the starfish. How adorable is the starfish? Tell me you don't love that starfish. I might have to call you a little bit of a liar. But what we've got from Camy here is not a super rare, of course. Not all super rares. This one's just a rare. And we've got 1 cost, counter plus 1,000, 2,000 power. And it's just your searcher. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck, find a Fishman or Merfolk card other than Camy, reveal it, put it into your hand, put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And I don't actually think I got round to talking about Camy yet. I unfortunately don't get chance on this channel to talk about every single new card that's revealed. I wish I did, frankly, because I like so many of these cards. And it's just a searcher, nothing more or less than that. But if you want to be searching out Fishman or Merfolk, well, yeah, that's kind of important, honestly. This is the kind of thing you need to be doing. So in those decks, it's a searcher, and look, we can't really say much more than that, all right? You know the deal at this stage. It's a searcher. Those searchers are good, and in the relevant decks, they see a huge amount of play. Decks that have a good searcher tend to play them because they're good, and decks that don't tend not to because they can't. There we go. And that's what you need to know. Those are all the new ones that have been revealed, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these you're excited about. Tell me which ones are your favourite. Tell me what your chase card for the set is. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.